The Joe Milton Cowboys trade shocked everyone across the NFL landscape, not just because it came out of nowhere, but because it might end up being one of the most underrated moves of the entire offseason. And Joe Milton himself admitted he was surprised but deeply thankful, calling it a blessing in his first press conference with the Dallas Cowboys. For those who followed Milton's journey, this wasn't just another trade, it was a pivotal moment for a quarterback whose career has been built on flashes of brilliance, a cannon for an arm, and untapped potential. From being a raw prospect at Michigan to transferring and developing further at Tennessee, Joe Milton's college career was full of highlight reel throws, 70-yard bombs, and moments that made scouts say, if he can put it all together, he could be special. And now, that possibility lives on in Dallas, where the Cowboys have quietly taken a low-risk, high-reward swing at a QB who might just become the future face of their franchise. If you're someone who loves in-depth NFL stories like this one where talent, timing, and opportunity collide, then make sure to subscribe right now to stay updated with every twist in Joe Milton's story. Standing at 6'5", with a rocket arm that can outthrow most NFL secondaries, Milton was never doubted for his physical gifts, but decision-making, accuracy, and consistency have always been the hurdles. That's what makes this move to Dallas so important. The Cowboys aren't throwing him into the fire. They're giving him time, structure, and a veteran mentor in Dak Prescott. With contract questions looming around Prescott, the Cowboys needed a plan, not just a backup quarterback, but someone with upside, someone who could grow into the role if needed. And Joe Milton is that guy. Already, he's been putting in extra hours, showing up early to the facility, sitting in on meetings, studying the playbook like his life depends on it, and soaking up advice from teammates and coaches alike. It's the kind of behavior that speaks volumes, not about talent, but about character. One coach inside the building even said, "He's asking the right questions. He wants to be coached." That's the kind of guy you want in your room. And while Cowboys fans were initially confused about the trade, the more they learn about Milton, the more they're starting to believe this could be something special. So if you want to be ahead of the curve and watch this journey unfold from day one, don't forget to subscribe, because we'll be covering every milestone, every throw, and every training camp battle. Now, let's talk about what Joe Milton brings to the field. His arm strength isn't just above average, it's elite. He can flick the ball 60 yards downfield with ease, and his mobility makes him dangerous on the move, especially in designed rollouts or red zone packages. But raw athleticism has never been enough in the NFL. What matters is processing speed, poise under pressure, and the ability to make the right read when the bullets fly. That's why Dallas might be the perfect place for Milton to develop. He's surrounded by top-tier coaching, a strong offensive line, and a quarterback room that's more supportive than competitive. He doesn't need to win the job today, he just needs to improve every day. Coaches have already noticed his growth in small details: footwork, timing, even body language. And when your backup quarterback is drawing praise from veteran linemen like Zach Martin and wide receivers saying, "He throws a beautiful ball," you know you're on the right track. There's a quiet buzz growing around Milton, not loud enough to cause a quarterback controversy, but strong enough to keep eyes on him every time he takes the field. If you're a Cowboys fan, this is the kind of player you root for. And if you're an NFL fan in general, stories like these are what make the league so compelling, where a 6th-round pick from Detroit, written off by some, can suddenly land in one of the biggest markets in sports and change his narrative completely. That's why you should go ahead and subscribe now, because we're tracking this entire story in real time, and you won't want to miss a thing. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Joe Milton still has to prove himself on the field. The preseason will be crucial. Every snap, every drive, every read will be scrutinized. He'll have to show growth in progressions, touch on intermediate throws, and the ability to lead scoring drives when given the opportunity. But if the Cowboys can be patient, and if Milton continues to grow the way he started, this could be a slow-burn success story that surprises the entire league. We've seen this before: quarterbacks like Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, even Geno Smith, guys who needed time, reps, and the right coaching to evolve into legitimate starters. The blueprint is there. And Milton, with all his tools and now the right environment, might just follow that path. His teammates believe in him, the coaching staff sees something real, and the front office knows they've landed a rare athletic profile at an incredible value. It's not just a flyer, it's a calculated risk. And in the NFL, those kinds of bets can pay off big time. For Milton, this is more than a roster move, it's a new beginning, a second chance, a platform to show that he's more than just arm strength. And for the Cowboys, this is a move that speaks volumes about their willingness to adapt, invest in development, and prepare for the future. So as we watch this young quarterback settle into Dallas, make no mistake, this story is just beginning. And if you're as invested as we are, subscribe right now so you don't miss the next chapter in Joe Milton's incredible journey. And finally, as we wrap up this deep dive into the Joe Milton Cowboys trade, let's not forget what's really at stake here. For Milton, it's a shot at rewriting his career. For the Cowboys, it's a long-term play that could change the future of the franchise. For fans, it's a reminder that greatness doesn't always arrive with a bang. Sometimes it walks in quietly, puts its head down, and works. That's what Joe Milton is doing right now. So if you believe in underdog stories, in raw talent being shaped into something great, and in the beauty of second chances, then this is a journey worth following. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel now for more exclusive NFL breakdowns, player profiles, and everything Cowboys.